Okay, everybody, welcome back. Filthy Kitchen Cooking with the Squadgeman. If you've seen my previous videos of today, I cooked two steaks that were dodgy beyond dodgy. Second video, I sampled one of the steaks. It's a bit too iffy even for me. I may have a galvanized stomach, but I shouldn't roll the dice when it comes to my health like that. So I've decided to forget about those steaks. Sadly, they're going in the garbage. I might chop them up and feed them to some of the local crows if they'll have them. Crows, you know, they could probably make good use of it. And many of you out there know I love the animals, birds included. Some people don't consider birds to be animals, but I disagree. And when I say I love the birds, that doesn't mean I'm not going to eat some eggs from a hen. I love the birds, I love the eggs. Sometimes I love the flesh of a chicken, but that's a different story. So, here's my dilemma. 4 eggs isn't going to cut the mustard. So, I'm going to do two egg fries of 3 eggs each. 6 eggs. That's a lot of eggs, but I got to work and I'm going to need the food. I'm going to need the nutrients. So that's what it's going to be. 3 eggs fried times 2. For those of you doing your basic math. All right, here we go. Turn the heat on now. This is the same burner I was cooking the steaks on, but turn the heat down. Now I'm going to turn it back up. Break these eggs. All right, so I'm just going to go. I can't have steak. I'll have a very basic meal of eggs. I guess I'll use this one. Break the yolks, spin them around. Now it's getting late. I should have been in bed a while ago. I did do my 10 miles on the bike today, so I'm happy about that. For those of you who've been following me. So at least I got my bare minimum of exercise. I would have liked to have lifted a few weights or done something else, but I'm not going to beat myself up. I'll consider this a small victory and yeah, try to get to bed at a half sensible hour. So I got 3 eggs. I'll put less cheese. And get ready to do the same thing again. So I'll pretend I have a house guest who I'm also going to make this, I guess you could call it an omelet for, even though I'm the only one here, and then I'll eat both. I'll pretend I was stood up. Well, I guess it's like the old joke where the guy, every year the guy goes to the bar with his 2 brothers and they all order a beer. And then they drink the beers. And then one year the 2 brothers have gone off to war. So the one brother's left, so he orders 3 beers. So he drinks his beer and then he drinks the other 2, one for each brother. And then a couple of years later, he goes to the bar on the same anniversary and he orders 2 beers. And he drinks the 2 beers. So the bartender says, "Oh my God, what happened? Did one of your brothers die? You know, every year you'd drink 3 beers, 1 for yourself and 1 for each of your brothers. Is there some sort of tragedy?" And he says, "No, I drank 2 beers. I drank 1 for my eldest brother. I drank 1 for the other brother. And yeah, I gave up drinking, so none for me." That's the joke. Anyway, enjoy. So I'm doing the same thing now. I'm making an omelet for each of my brothers, but I won't eat one myself because I'm watching my cholesterol and I gave up eggs. We'll say that. There's a couple of arguments about cholesterol and eggs. The old story was eggs were bad for your cholesterol. I think these days they say there's no evidence that eggs cause any problems for your cholesterol. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Who am I to say? But I gotta eat. So I'm gonna eat these eggs. If I get a blood test in the next while, I will let you know how my cholesterol is. I've never had an issue with my cholesterol, so I assume it's fine. And as you know, my diet is pretty well eggs and steak, so with lots of salt and butter. So who knows? Eggs, steak, salt and butter with water, and I'm in pretty good shape for a guy my age. So there's a lot of people who eat so-called a lot of healthier food that are in terrible shape. So I'm not telling you to do as I do, but I'm telling you that, you know, don't listen to everything you hear and try to find something that works for you. This seems to work for me. I don't know. Next time I get a blood test, I might get some bad news, but that's what happens when you go see the doctor. Somebody once said that the best you can hope for from the doctor is, you know, one day you're going to go to the doctor and get the worst news ever. And the best you can hope for when you see the doctor is, so far, no major problems. But, you know, one of these days you go to the doctor and he's going to say, have a seat, I got some news for you. And it's not going to be pleasant. But that's the human condition. Unfortunately, none of us live forever, and we're all human. And yeah, one day we'll have that bad visit to the doctor. But I seem to be pretty healthy for a guy who lives a very strange nocturnal existence. And yeah, I have a pretty bad seeming diet. I think the whole foods I eat, by whole food I mean one ingredient type thing, egg, steak, things like that, cheese, non-processed type foods, multi-ingredient. I think because most of my diet consists of this whole food, I'm in pretty good shape, but I do eat a lot of burgers and crap as well, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is, I guess, whatever that means. It is what it is. You hear that a lot. Certainly around here. Seems to be something people say all the time. Anyway, let's make these other 3. This video is kind of getting long, so I'll probably wrap it up before these eggs are cooked, but the other eggs seem to have turned out okay. I hope they've been sufficiently cooked. They're still cooking now, actually, so that's not too bad. There's still a lot of heat in those eggs, even though I took them off the pan and they're sitting on the plate. There's still plenty of heat. So here's these 3. So this is either the second half of the omelet, or I'm having two, one or the other. 2 3-egg omelets, 6 eggs. Hopefully that's enough to get me through the night, work-wise. And yeah, I guess I made the right decision as far as not eating those steaks go, but that's a lot of meat to throw away, so I'm feeling very sad for the cow, but you know, I was just too sick. I was too sick to deal with it. So that's it. The casualty of my illness is that cow. Probably a steer. Probably a steer. Throw some cheese in here. All right. Well, this is pretty well done. I gotta clean out that fridge now that I'm feeling better. The weekend will be here soon. And yeah, try to get some, try to get some work done on this kitchen. Tidy it up a bit. Anyway, thanks for spending some time with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. I got 3 eggs, bit of butter in the pan, some cheese. The reason I put the cheese in, as you know, unless you're new here, is that I don't like the taste of the yolks. Never developed a flavor for that. Tried for many years to no avail. So I started eating cheese probably a year ago. Prior to that, the only cheese I really ate was either on a cheeseburger or a pizza. But I got cheese there, so I'm going to eat it. So don't forget, who loves you, baby? This guy. Till next time, any comments, any questions down below. And I hope you enjoyed spending some time with me. I enjoyed spending time with you. Don't forget, you're someone's favorite person in this world, probably mine. And if you're going through tough times, come spend some time with me. Hopefully you feel better, not so alone. And let's hope for better times in the future for you and for me. And until then, love you. Bye-bye.